Hi guys, I got a quick story time of this one time. This person I used to be friends with, one day, this guy she's known for a long time apparently, apparently. I don't know, apparently. And she was like, did you route you down to Shuck and Drive tonight? And I was like, yeah, like let's go, let's have some fun. So, I'm thinking it's gonna be a normal like hotel gathering, like just a couple of friends hanging out, vibing and stuff like we always do. Girl, tell me why we get all the way in Atlanta. And now, hold on, because we had to figure out, because, at this point, I've graduated from high school about a year or two after, and we were hanging out and stuff, and so I was still learning about lingerie and all that stuff. So we had to get, for our little costume outfit thing, she said, some pantyhose. And so I'm like, oh, I like pantyhose, you know what I'm saying? They're kind of like stockings. So we get pantyhose, and I thought I was just going to get us two of them. She was like, oh, no, get about three or four. And I said, why we need three or four? And, her ass, she was like, oh, just in case they rip and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you right, they do rip easy. So, me, my simple ass mind, I'm like, okay, cool. So, shit, we get to Atlanta, whoop-de-whoop, buddy, come get us. I'm feeling comfortable because she know him and all that. And so, this is the same night where she said she never knew that he was like that. So, she lied, though. I know the bitch lied. So, we get there in a real nice-ass hotel room in the middle of Atlanta, okay? And, everything was fine at first. I'm trying on the pantyhose. I get mad because mine ripped, and it was I had like, I don't know if they noticed, but I tried to grab the ones that were like the cutest, because that's me. And so I tried to put them on, and I got mad because my nails, I had black pointy nails at the time, and it ripped the side of it. And I know sometimes that can be considered like sexy or cute, but it pissed me off. And I was like, damn it. So buddy, like, come here, let me help you. So I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, no, like, pass me the other ones. I'm like, oh, okay. I look at her, she looking at me like, bitch, you better not fuck this up. Mind you, buddy got a whole bag full of, stuff. So I don't know what she was on, but I had my own ideas of what I was gonna do. And so, it was a lot going on. And he ended up helping me put mine up. So I had to take them all the way off because they were getting put on the wrong way. And I got mad. And I was like, fuck, I put them on the wrong way. So, me, I don't know nothing about lingerie at this time. Nothing, and so I finally put them on the right way. I finally get them on. I had found out I got the wrong size for one of them. And so he puts his on. I look over and I do it. I went to the bathroom and I came out because he had a bag full of stuff or whatever. But that wasn't for me. That was for him. And then, he had some other things to do up in that way. Anyway, if you catch my drift. Oh my God. My bad, y'all. So, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's not my business. Like, I ain't worried about it. I'm not, into that kind of stuff. So, it's, I'm cool. So, we had our own little bottle or whatever. We had our own stuff. So, we was good. Like, I wasn't tripping about whatever was in his book bag and all that. So, I come out the bathroom from using it or whatever. And, there's some hotels like that is really fancy. So, there's a mirror that stretches all the way across the whole hotel room. So, I look over and, me, and I look at her like, and she give me this look like, bitch, you better not. So I see the nigga putting on a pair of pantyhose. I look at her, I'm like, fucking pantyhose. I was like, I was worried, like, bitch, I know he ain't wearing the motherfucking pantyhose I done bought. She was like, she's like, I'm like, what the fuck? So I try not to laugh. So I look in the mirror, but I look down. And I started busting out laughing, but I was like trying my best to mask it. And he was like, what's funny? Like, and I was like, oh, nothing. I said, I'm just laughing at myself because I look crazy right now. He's like, no, you're beautiful. You look fine. I'm like, okay. And so I look over at his legs, and all I saw was like, it was like them black little pantyhose. And I was mad low key because I'm like, damn, his legs look better than mine. Like, what the fuck? And so I said, oh, so you like pantyhose too? He's like, yeah, I like, every now and then. I'm like, okay. I'm looking crazy and shit, and I try not to be seen, so I turn away from the mirror, and I'm facing her at this point, and her cheeks start red. I'm looking at her like, what the fuck did you get me into, bitch? and long story short, me and him end up cussing each other out and yelling, because he get mad at me for something petty, and so, me not giving a fuck, I start snapping, and then so she's like, you know what, I got this, put your clothes on, and just stand out there in the hallway. I said, you know what, fuck this. I said, all right. I said, you sure you good? She's like, yeah, just get out. I got it. I'll be out in a minute. And so she shut the door. All I heard was like, bang it, like hands. And then all of a sudden yelling and screaming. and cussing. And I'm like, oh, she's snapping. And so she ended up slamming the door. She had all the stuff in her hand, everything we had brought. And she's like, come on, let's go. I was like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Mind you, we gotta find a ride because this before I had my own wheels. So I was like, fuck, like, because this was after I had lost my first car and that stupid shit. I spent all that money and it broke down like after 4 months. And so this was about like 6 months like after that situation. So we like, I'm over here trying to figure out who I'm gonna call. So I called my ex-girlfriend, and then she was like, where you at? And I was like, I'm explaining to her the situation. And she asked a bunch of questions, and she had like an attitude. So I gave the phone to her because I was getting mad. And so I ended up cussing her out and snapping on her because she was being like kind of rude and funny acting. And she was like, fuck this. And I just hung up on her. And so as we walking down the hallway, Buddy's on the phone. Now the reason why we was acting like that was because he said he had a female stripper friend that he liked to mess with. So I looked at her, I'm like, you know her? She was like, no, but I'm sure she cool or whatever. So then he get on the phone and start calling her, and I'm looking like, oh, I ain't fucking with that. I'm like, I told him, I said, I ain't really trying to, have everybody up in here, so we don't know them folks. And then he called two of his homeboys, and I looked at her, I'm like, and she was like, oh, hell no. And I was like, no, I'm not really feeling this. I said, because I'll act a fucking fool for real. And like, my ex at the time, he lived about not even 15 minutes away from where we were at, so I was well aware of where we were. I said, I can, I will have this shit flipped upside down in like 1.5 seconds. Like, I'm not with it. And so I think that's why he also got mad too. And then he was probably already kind of irritated because I was laughing at his legs. But I was not, I wasn't expecting it because she didn't give me no heads up or nothing. She was like, he's never did that with me before. I didn't know he wear pantyhose. Like, bitch, you lying like fuck. Good and well he wear pantyhose, bitch. So I'm cussing her out, and all of a sudden he starts walking faster behind us. And now, mind you, we're already like close to the elevator, and so he's like in the way back of the hotel, walking towards us on the phone, describing what we look like. And then he was like, yeah, and he said like some code number, and she was like, I said, bitch, I think he a cop, and she was like, he's an undercover cop, run. So I took off running, and she tried to take off running too. She tried to run with me. I said, bitch, don't run with me. I said, don't run with me, bitch. So we ended up both running. So then we had to hide, and we was like hiding in the hotel lobby, but he couldn't, for some reason he was walking so fast he couldn't really see us. So he walked out and he started looking both ways to see which way we went. And we telling the lady at the front, I was like, shh, don't say we right here. So then we like leaning way back and shit, and I'm trying not to be seen. And then he come back in and was like, yeah, that's what they look like. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he walked back in there, and as he's walking towards like passing us, I hurry up and I run out the door, and she kind of come behind me, and we take off running, and there's a McDonald's, and we got to run up this big ass steep hill, and I'm mad as fuck at everybody, including myself. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking you do with this stupid shit with this dumb girl? And we run up this hill at McDonald's, and all of a sudden we hear like a gunshot. But I don't think that was towards us. I think that was some other shit because we were in Atlanta. So we was running this shit, and all of a sudden we hear gunshots, and then we hear Buddy's voice again, but we can't see where he coming from. And so we running, and she's scared as fuck, and I'm laughing running because I'm like, I knew it wasn't my time to go, bitch. It might be yours, but it ain't mine. So I'm running shit. Mind you, I'm the one that was in shape the most out of the group at the time. So I'm getting the hell on. I see a McDonald's. I said, we got to go in here now. And she was like, okay. So we go in there. We running. We breathing hard. Everyone looking at us because they was just about to shut down. They're like, we're about to close. I said, I'm sorry, but someone's chasing us. And they was like, oh, shit. It was all black people at the McDonald's, too. It was just so happened. Everybody in that bitch was black. They was like, oh, shit. Lock the doors. Turn the lights off. So they shut everything down. They hide under the desk and tables. We hide under the tables, too. I'm calling my ex. I'm like, hey, man, can you come and get us? Oh, please. I'm so scared. He was mad as fuck. He picked us up. He looked at me just shaking his head. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of your shit. I'm tired of your shit. Just let us. He was like, can we just please get back together? I was like, no. I said, I'm tired of your shit too. Shit. I said, I just need a ride. I gave him some gas money, and we made it back home safe, and we never seen or heard from that nigga again. It's a good old story time. I was just laughing about that shit in my head just now. I'm like, you know what? I got to share this story. It's been a long time since this happened, and it's a good laugh. So, funny shit.